welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Hermione and I'm currently doing up this big old, dusty old, crumbly old Victorian house, and I'm trying to make it a little bit cuter. And today I want to share with you guys the transformation of my guest bedroom. So I split this video up into two parts because it was just such a colossal project. The first part, today's video, is all about what it looked like at the beginning and getting to a point where it was ready to style, and the next video coming up in a couple of days is all about the styling. So I'm gonna jump in and show you guys what the room looked like when I first bought the house. So this is it in its original state. It was very dusty and crumbly. It had a horrible musty smell. The house had been used kind of like a bedsit, so all of these rooms were separate bedrooms, and this one hadn't been treated very well. Although if you saw my master bedroom makeover, you will know that the master bedroom was absolutely shocking. It was covered in graffiti. It was probably the worst room in the house. The guest bedroom was nowhere near that bad, but it was pretty bad still. Throughout the renovations, I kind of neglected this room because the state of it wasn't the worst, but I did bits and bobs here and there, like sanding the floors, then deciding to have carpet, painting the walls. I did decide to paint them in a really lovely dark navy blue colour because I thought I wanted to try and play around with this colour somewhere in the house. So I did get the walls painted sometime last summer before I had guests over. And then, lo and behold, after that, the room turned into a junk storage space because I have a lot of junk that I'm trying to work my way through, as you guys might know, and it needed to go somewhere. So it went in there. A few weeks ago, I decided it was about time that I really got this room sorted. So I started clearing some of the stuff out. I got the door replaced, and actually, if you haven't already seen it, you should definitely go and watch it. But I did turn the broken closet into a little desk area to kind of try and save on some floor space and utilize it as something a bit different. And then that brings me to about a week or so ago when I decided to actually get cracking with some of the bigger projects in this room. So here are the next steps that I took to get it all ready. So the first thing I decided to get out of the way was painting the door. I really couldn't be bothered to do it, but I just had to bite the bullet and get it done. It needed a coat of primer, and that had to dry, and then a coat of paint. So I've primed the door as best as I can, and now I'm going to put the top coat on it. You also need to do the trim because I didn't cut it in when I painted the walls. I'm not going to tape it because I find that especially on bumpy walls, when I tape it, it looks worse than if I freehand it. So I'm just going to freehand it. Don't hate me. So I was struggling with cutting in the edges and all of the fiddly bits like the hinges, so I took this teeny tiny paintbrush and I'm using that to do the edges now, which is kind of working a bit better. I've painted the bottom half of the door, but I've kind of run out of paint, so I need to go and get some more, and then I'll do the top half. For this next project, I decided to upcycle this bedside table that was actually left in the house before I moved in. Oh, I have to get this out from under here. That's gonna be fun. Oh no, where do I put this now? And now I'm trapped, so All I did for this was take apart the bedside table and give it a really good sand. Because it had already been painted, there was no need to prime it. I just covered it with a thick coat of this dark black paint. This is actually a paint that's meant for walls and not furniture, but it works really well and it hasn't chipped yet. So I just covered the entire thing, let it dry, and then I was ready to take it upstairs. So the bedside table is in place. All I have left to do is add a handle. You guys have seen me do this so many times before. You know the drill. No pun intended, because I'm gonna drill a hole. So I'm just gonna add this brass handle. I think this was from Anthropology a while ago, and I'm just gonna pop that right there. Have done it! The screws on the handle kind of went a bit like a V shape, and I didn't realize that when I drew the marks on, and it wasn't very easy to get it in, but with a few slight adjustments I've managed it. Finally. Although now I'm looking at it, I feel like it should be moved to the top of the drawer. But it's too late, so it's gonna stay where it is because I have had enough. Hi guys, and welcome back to hell. This project is testing my patience. I have a slight headboard situation. I had this really genius idea to DIY a headboard for above the bed, a bit like the one I did in the master bedroom, but instead I was going to use the door off the closet. I did start the process, so I guess this is kind of how far I got with it. So as I was sort of finishing it up and putting all of the fixtures on it, I decided to lift it up and put it above the bed and really see, you know, is this viable? I knew all along that the door was very heavy, but I started getting a bit panicked that this door was going to be too heavy to put above someone's head while they were sleeping. Like, the one next door that I've used the same method with was so much lighter and it's been absolutely perfect, but this is, I mean, to be honest, this really needs two people to put it up. So I was pushing it, just putting it up by myself, but this door is heavy. So for now, I found a replacement headboard. It's behind me right here. So I picked it up in a charity shop. I'm gonna go show it to you guys because this might be my favorite piece of furniture in the whole house. It's a really pretty lilac faux suede. I am obsessed with it. It's pleated all the way down. I love the color. It's not what I was thinking, but I think it goes really nicely with the blue. You guys won't believe how much I paid for this. This beautiful headboard cost me £10. 10 British pounds. And very importantly, this has been cleaned and disinfected. It's got a sticker on the back. It details all the information about it. But I'm gonna go put this up and figure out what to do with this door. Sorry door, I will find somewhere else for you to go. Oh, and I also completely scratched up the walls trying to put the door up, so we don't talk about that. We're just gonna cover that up with the headboard. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Ooh. Okay, so the divan is a small double and I'm about to lose the will. No! This is a double and I'm not impressed. No! Okay, yeah, that's definitely a small goal. So, I'm just going to pretend that it's a king, because that side is pretty much pushed up against the wall, so you're not really going to notice if it's a little bit shorter on that side. I hope. I'm done. I am done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. Hi, I'm done. Okay, headboard done. The divan is done. It looks a little bit wonky right now, but that's fine. We'll fix that. And all I have to do is put the bedside table back and we're good. So I hung up some new curtains the other day as well, but I did a really bad job of showing you how I did it because it was just a bit of a nightmare. But as you can see, these are a really lovely, soft, subtle grey that doesn't distract too much from the blue walls. And these were in the bargain section of IKEA. They were really reduced and they're actually quite thick, so they do a good job of keeping the light out. The curtain rail is actually the one that was in this room when I got the house, but as you can probably see, I changed the knobs on the end. I just put some Anthropologie door knobs on and twisted them in. And I did that because the original balls that were at the end of the pole just kept falling off. So that's the curtains. Well, this side of the room looks fantastic. However, this side, not so much. So I'm gonna find a home for all of this junk, and then I'm gonna show you guys how it's looking. Do you think I'm just putting this in my hallway? That would be a terrible assumption to make, but very true. Here we go again. That was the worst part, so gently, 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 come on. So, with all of the stresses and the troubles out of the way and with all of those bits done, this is what the room is looking like before styling. Really pleased with the way that this room turned out. It turns out that I really like the colour. There was a small point in time where I wasn't sure about it, but now that things are coming together and I can see what it's gonna look like, I'm in love with the deep blue. It makes the room feel very, very cozy and homey, and I'm really looking forward to styling some pieces in the space. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to stick around and see the next one, and with all of that being said, happy DIYing, and I'll see you next time. Bye!